And once again, I'm here. I'm here. I'm back. Hello. How are you doing? How is your day off? If you have a day off, if not, how is your working day? How is how was your weekend? By the way, hope you had an insightful, at least, weekend. Because I know I did. Though the way further into this darkness, I don't know how will it go. How will someone pass through as less and less light goes further and further away every day from everything, because there's hardly anything to ground yourself in. We used to have communities, we used to have religions and like way of being that kept us to this earth, kept us to our lands, to this universe, if you might call it. You can still call it a universe, even though now, as we all know, it's a panopticon where everyone is its own little universe, which is not really helpful. But that's about it. That's about it. Nothing is keeping us together. Nothing is keeping me any place to stay. The only thing that's keeping me in one single place is, and I think many of us, is the debt. The debt. The fact that you don't have enough money to just go from part to part without not being able to survive, without surviving, let's say, or at least having something, having someplace, but there is no place to strive for. You can move further and further and further, and there is nothing that would keep one to stay in some place. There are some places, but most of them are usually either expensive or lack the the workplaces to go there, to rest there for the whole of the week. I've seen this weekend. I've been to the sea. I've been to the seaside, ocean side, as you may call it, the Atlantic. I've been to the Atlantic, and it was a great weather. I didn't spend a lot of money, even though I spent some money. I could have spent all the money until today, but I had nowhere to go and no one to stay with, or at least nothing to stay with, to return to put, let's say, the seed of creation into. And by that I don't necessarily mean to put it in someone, even though that would be really helpful from now and then. That will and is a good grounding material. We all know it. We all know it, even though, but it's unconsciously we know it. That that is the way it used to be. At least that is how it is biologically. But now with society evolving, let's say, with society being more and more present in our daily lives, not society, but the state and the internet and people that always want something from you. Now, with them, you will feel the need to respond. I do feel the need to respond sometimes, even though I shouldn't. As the old Stoics said, the best way to live life in these circumstances is to be like a rock, to not respond to everything. Or once you respond, you put some energy, and once you put some energy, well, of course, you've become enslaved to that exchange. Even though it leads nowhere many of the times, because nothing leads anywhere nowadays. And that's pretty sad, but it's reality. This is reality. We have to face it. We have to face it. This is what hell is. Everything you do is for nothing. And everything I create is just you consumed but not used. Everything everyone creates nowadays is consumed but not used. And what can be done about this? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. This is where I am, where I don't know. And it's weird. It's weird. Many people say that, hey, you should do it. You should do it for the future. They're okay. Whose future? It's not my future. It's not like I'm gonna be there. At some point, I will not be there. And since there are no children around of my own, then they will not be there as well. They say you should enjoy life because life is beautiful. At least for some, it should be. for some that are still having things that keep them grounded to this art. But the other things, the 99% of things, we all know that they are wrong. They are not, it's not that they're wrong, they're not even true. Many of us speak of words that have no meaning whatsoever into what actually matters, how good is positivity if it's just toxic positivity. Like, yeah, it's gonna be okay in the end. It's gonna be okay in the end. Which is basically not true. It's just hope. And that's clinging to hope. It's not very good. It's not very bad. It's one of these dreams. But indeed, it's just you reacting to someone using words that they know nothing about. Just to make sure that they receive something from them as well. Now, all the ancients said the same thing. That reaction is not good. It's not helpful. Usually they will, of course, in charge, or at least part of a community, an empire that was growing. There were different things. You are having a lot to do, a lot to strive for, but now you're just always and always striving to get the least amount possible of what it is out there. And you can see that as your work of how many hours? 40 hours a week? Work of 40 hours a week, how much is it paid? Can you pay your rent? Can you pay your vacations? Can you pay a sudden payment? Can you pay to eat out or to eat all day without doing those macaroni and sugar or macaroni simple diet? How would that help? Of course it doesn't help, because alimentation is very important, and being able to make food and good food is important. Rent is for pussies. Indeed, it is for pussies, but let's be honest, can people buy anything anymore? The only solution is to be able to move to the countryside, but even there, to build a house of your own, it requires a lot of investment that one person cannot create. Or if they create, they must be really, really lucky to be at the right time, at the right place where the market is lacking. It is true. It is true that having a place of your own, having somewhere to stay without having to pay rent, and balancing your check as to not be too stressed that you will be thrown out of the house, and that you're assured is wonderful, and afterwards there comes the other payments that you have to do, and the friends and the activities you do, the work, and honestly, it sometimes feels overwhelming. It does feel very overwhelming to be on your own. But I guess it's that's life. That's life nowadays. This is 2020, post 2020 lifestyle. All alone and looking for nothing. Just waiting for the sweet release of death. Basically. As I'm always trying. I'm always thinking of like what direction should I go at, and indeed, it does require um, an abandonment of all hope, if you may, and a descent into the most limited and simple lifestyle. I guess this is what the Stoics were up about, in which you just learn to be comfortable with the littlest as possible. But one thing with all this, is that this is good to be done when you are young, because you are going to build from bottom up. That way, you can build from bottom up. You go, you learn one thing, you see that you don't have enough money, you just learn to be better and better and better, right? And I think you can do this at 30 as well, but the clock is ticking. You feel the clock is ticking. I feel the clock is ticking. I don't know why do I feel the clock is ticking. It shouldn't be ticking, but it is. Oh. Okay. Wait, I just saw a thing. Anyway, it is always ticking, but towards what? We don't know. Towards that, for most certain. And we all have one. But not necessarily. Not necessarily. Not if you learn to go from bottom up. But to go from bottom up again, you have to want to go from bottom up in a place where you can go from bottom up. Like, at least you can be at the bottom in a place where you know you can grow, right? That's one of the things that you should be aware of if you are planning on going bottom up, is that sometimes it is the place that gives you water. Like, for example, I will give you the simplest example of all about how a place can describe your value. You take water, for example. In a supermarket, how much is it? 50 cents. In town, $2. In the gym, 150. In airports, $15, or how much is it? $5. It's the place sometimes that describes the value of a thing, even though it has the same value. It's the niche. And I might have found myself a bad niche, And many of us have done that because sometimes you can't really create. And even if you're trying, if I try from now and then to actually do something, good, to do something productive, to do most of my time at work to be used properly, because you always want to use all the time that you have the most effectively to do your thing, if, of course, you are motivated to do so. Sometimes you are, but that slowly degrades as you see that the objective is not to make most of the time that you have, and so you can do more, so you can actually be excited to do more. Sometimes it is not that way. Sometimes it is you do more with your time and I'll pay you the same. Actually, I'll make your life harder. This is a thing that happens probably everywhere. Not everywhere. In Romania, this happens usually. You get more and more responsibilities, even though you are paid for just one thing. They are always trying to put more and more and more with the same pay or with a slight raise. And that raise usually comes with other conditions, because of course just working good is not a good reason for you to get a raise. And that's usually very not cool, because it doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work all the time to keep you going. It sure disrupts the eating pattern, since of course you don't have enough money and time to make food, live a little bit, and work. That's barely doable nowadays. Not without hanging with someone that has the same mental issues as you. Not without that, it's not possible to actually be. Some people can make it, but they usually have some starting points. It's not that you get to invest in something without having an investment in you in the same place, in the same time. I've seen those people on the internet, those persons that tell you, you should at least make money. Where is it? Do I find it? No, I don't find him. You should. All you need to do is just have some money and then multiply it. That's basically gambling, and being able to gamble and actually working the gamble, working, not the not gambling, working. Those gambling that you do gives you profit, then you are the most incredible man, the most incredible person, a self-made man, because you had some money, some extra money, enough to keep you tight, enough for you to make actually a a decision not based on the fact that you need to pay rent or need to pay for an intervention or for your teeth, which you should always keep in mind to floss them. It's good to floss teeth. It's good to floss teeth because it's the most inexpensive way to keep them healthy. And it's not even in culture. You have to learn this. The only way you can learn this is just go to your dentist and just ask them, like, dude, I don't know how this works. Can you tell me, like, what is the most effective way of doing this? Like, I see I'm paying tons of money. I'm paying every year. I'm working just to pay for my teeth. Can you tell me what should I do to at least remove some of these issues? And don't worry about looking stupid, because everyone looks stupid, and most of the time the dentists know what you've been doing in the dark. They know you've not been brushing, or they know you're smoking because they can see the quantity of saliva that is coming. They know some stuff about teeth, and you can ask them always. Just one time, dude, what do I have to do? I don't know. I'm stupid that way. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? Of course, they will tell you about brushing. If they tell you about flossing, that would be amazing. I didn't get told about flossing. I just learned it afterwards. I learned about brushing your teeth, and then from the dentist, and afterwards I started flossing. I started flossing because I had one of the teeth that was always bugging me, and then I found out it's better to floss than not, because when you'll floss, you'll see all the stuff that's left in there. And oh my god, so much stuff is left in there. Especially if you don't floss. But who am I to tell you this? Who am I? Because that doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't ever matter to no one, unless you want to learn how to navigate this hellhole, right? This is what we're here for. We're in hell. We go from bottom up. Now, of course, many people strive for being good, strive for going for paradise, but you cannot go and you cannot see paradise unless you go to hell. And once you're in hell, you should at least know where you are, because the basics of a good lived life is, of course, to not run from something, not run from the place of discomfort to escape it, but to understand it, to make it your base. Because if you make your base, if it's not on sand, you can go upper. If it's made on sand, well, we had this discussion before, it's gonna topple. It's not good to not know the earth that you're standing on. And that's the problem. That's what makes me really, really sad when I'm going. Not sad, but I want to say disappointed, but not even that, because I don't have expectations, high expectations. However, I do get disappointed that there is not much to create a base with, but it's all we have. This life is all we have. This solutions is all we have. These persons we have each other. Our 5 viewers over here. Thank you. You want to create your base. This is the base. When you're in hell, if you have the option to wash your teeth, do it regularly. Flush your I already said floss your teeth. And, it's the first primary base of knowing where you are. You are here. You don't have to rush it. I don't have to rush it. So sometimes I do want to rush it all and just arrive to that point, but that's just because I'm a writer and I have a place that I have to arrive at, a certain scene that I have to arrive at. But to arrive there, I have to not to jump over, but fill a hole called the plot, so I can pass through and arrive at that scene. But this is about man. This is usually men that have to do this. Women don't have to do anything. And that's okay. It's just as long as somehow they understand that they're not interesting. And by understanding that, maybe they will try to be. They will actually do something worthwhile, something that actually helps civilization. Because something that would put a base on you. Because if you're a woman, or if you know any woman and you try to understand why they are the way they are, it's going to be mind-blowing. But here it is. I'm going to give you the whole description of why they are how they are. It's because women are attractive, some of them, and they make men react. Now, the more reaction that you get, the more they think they're right. They take that attraction, that attention, and transform it into approval, and consider the fact that they get attention. They are actually right. And since they're right, they think they're interesting, and since they're interesting, they will do everything because that was free attention that they got, and they don't know how to do it. It's like a millionaire. It's like a person that became a millionaire by buying lotto, buying, what do you call it, scratch, lottery, winning the lottery. They get that attention, free attention, all of a sudden, and they usually misuse it and arrive back at the same point. We're seeing this life going on through everyone's life. Let's take example A. Over here, we have a, where is it? Let me just make it louder. We have a person that talks about zoo animals at the zoo.
Animals in zoos is cruel.
Okay, what's going on?
Putting animals in zoos is cruel, barbaric, and outdated.
Okay, what? But where do you put it? Where do you put it? It's you can't send them back into the wild, because if you just send them into the wild, they will not survive. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll show you. I'll tell you how this will go on if zoos are not a thing to be of importance, if we should not have any zoos whatsoever.
Animals are not food, commodities, entertainment, clothing.
Animals are food, a commodity that you want to live the best life. At least the animal should live the best life, right?
Commodities, entertainment.
I would rather disagree. I would rather disagree very strongly. I would disagree very strongly. You can see already why these people are not interesting. Are not interesting at all. Like, have you watched all the cat videos and dog videos? Every animal video is entertaining. What are you smoking, all? This is the most consumption that normal people have. They're watching animal videos. What's wrong?
Objects or machines.
Well, machines are machines. They're not animals. Oh my god. Sometimes you would like to have some machines that act like dogs. You remember those toys? There were some toys that they act like animals, and that's okay, at least for a while, since the children get to, get tired of them and not feel any responsibility for abandoning them, and that's good. And you should never name an animal if you plan to eat it, because that will make it 100 times worse.
They are people, just like us.
They are not people. If they were people, then we would be in the zoo. And actually, we are in the zoo. We are in the zoo created by uninteresting people thinking they're right just because they're hot, and people around them tell you, oh, you should do this, girl. Oh, I'm so into you. I'm so into you. How you're loving animals.
Have the right to live freely from harm.
Because you see, this girl is not taking it.
Fucking hate you, dumb dog. Why do you hate someone?
Because by the way she looks, you can see that this is not natural. Of course. Why would it be? Why would she wear natural things? By the way, these things that she's wearing, they've been testing on animals. So basically hypocrites.
One who's trying to stop animal abuse.
Of course. And there goes. I think last year we started talking about this. That this kind of person that have nothing else in their life, they try to take a thing that's virtuous like stopping animal abuse or not engaging. If you see animal abuse everywhere, you should always stop it. But as you say, animal abuse, if you talk on a hornet about animals in zoos, that's not stopping animal abuse. That's just being annoying. Just because she got too many things inside her, too many PPs inside her that she thought was a yes. She thought was a sign of approval of her being what she is, or her thinking what she does. This led to this moment in which this woman goes into a zoo where apparently they take even good care of the animals. That
take such good care of the animals here. You have no fucking idea how much they love the animals here, you dumb fuck.
Our animals belong in the wild.
and this is the point where we will get. This is where it gets interesting. We have here the classic pants, but indeed, I can agree with the fact that wild animals belong in the wild, but at the same time, if they belong in the wild, they can be killed, right? They can be used anywhere, like hunted, because humans, if we remember correctly, are still hunters. So how else are you going to show people what it is out there and why you should appreciate the animals that you have around you. You shouldn't want to eat all of them, because basically this is what humans do, especially if you know they're in the wild. If you know they're in the wild, they're gonna be eaten out of existence. We are for sure doing that. Humans do that all the time. Humans, even us in Romania, if I remember correctly, we had a type of animal. We didn't have zoos back then, but we had a type of animal. We just saw it in the wild. Well, we ate it to extinction. We hunted it into extinction, because that's what humans do. However, in the zoos, as you go and visit them, you are not motivated to just find a lion and hunt him down, because that's what some men will do. They'll just get drunk and say, oh, okay, let's hunt for a lion. That's how they're doing it, because that's what boys do. Boys will be boys. They will. I saw this weekend. I was talking with Radu here about the fact that usually when there's a mixed group of women and men, now they will play with no rules, like ha ha ha, just some basic rules that everyone wants to achieve, and it's alright for those person. It's not boring. However, when a group of men starts playing a game, they don't just respect the rules, they make them harder. Harder to respect the rules, but necessary to respect the rules. They were playing beach volley, so the mixed group was just like throwing around, okay, this is it, this is okay, oh, you made it, oh, you didn't make it. In the meantime, there is another group of 7 boys just throwing the ball the highest as possible. Just the head and the foot was allowed, and always trying to put it so high, ever higher, sometimes thinking that it will reach the sky. Because men have no limit, they go to the end. And zoos are helpful to just get an appreciation of what is there in nature, and to take all that need for you to see those animals, because you saw them, you saw the lions, for example, you saw the zebras, you saw the giraffes. You don't need to go hunt one. No. That's basically it. That's basically it.
Not in prisons in cities.
Cities are prisons. Not in prisons in cities. They're part. They're like, she said they're human, right? She said they're people too. Now people live in zoos as well, and they're called cities. And we have, again, it's like my bit with the hell, right? We have to live together. We have to learn to live together. So even if we know we're in a zoo, we have to accept the fact that we're in a zoo. We have to make the most of our time in our zoo without increasing our own suffering.
Cities. Animals in captivity across the globe have been documented displaying signs of anxiety and depression.
Unlike humans in the cities. Like, is she saying, is she angry that it is what it is? I think she's angry that it is what it is and someone should listen to her. I don't know. Her exes. Oh, I love these activists.
In fact, psychological distress in zoo animals is so common it has its own name, zoochosis.
Okay, but she could have been using. She could have been doing actually something productive, helping the animals from the bottom up. First of all, she does not think, as you can see, about her human counterparts that have the same suffering. Oh, badida. Who cares about those? That doesn't display any virtue. That doesn't display any virtue. It's not virtuous to actually care about other animals, other humans, which are animals, by the way. I wasn't wrong. But she could have been home, just raising some good kids that will raise animals in proper places. But I guess now not. Just going outside and screaming at people is indeed better. Now, I can see you just fell off the ladder. I shall walk it off even though I split a big toe. You should do that. That is what men do. Walk it off, but at the same time, not being stupid about it. Like, if it's broken, you don't walk it off, because I've seen many people that walked it off and then they're scarred for life, in the sense of not being able to move certain parts because it was broken and it did not properly unite, I might say, the bone. Okay, look at this predator. She's looking. Okay, who will listen to me? Who will listen to my virtual signaling? Oh, I found my victim.
Hey mate, hey mate, hey mate.
Screaming.
Oh, she's doing this. Oh, she's grabbing him. At the same time, again, knowing that she has the approval of this person in the left. This is why she has the confidence. She always has a simp over there just like, oh yeah, you're doing a good job. Don't worry, I'll protect you if something happens. You see the problem, right? Where they get this fake confidence.
You do that to a man? Hey, it's a female, buddy.
Oh, it's a female. And she's screaming. She's annoying. She's annoying the customers. She's annoying people that came to have a good time. You see? You can't even be in your own establishment properly without simps, might I call it. Just disrupting your way of life.
Get the hands off her.
Again, I didn't even see the video until this point, but boy was I right. Boy was I right. Oh, how could I have been wrong? It's just it's basic maths. By the way, it's nothing special. Oh, basic maths. So yeah, if you this is what's wrong with things. Like, this is not a real man. First of all, his face is covered. And I don't know if you saw Patrice O'Neill talking about this. Usually, he said like, if you let a woman talk over you, then you still don't have a lot of control in your house, because he doesn't want. He was talking about if you're having a disagreement with someone and the woman interferes as well, then this will usually go way worse than it would be between a man and another man. But we can see here. And that's where she got her confidence, because she had this face tattooed guy with his hidden face always protecting her as she spews bullshit. This is basically what Greta Thunberg is doing. She has the backing of the state and her parents. If you're trying to live your life as you are, trying to improve the life of your community and everything. But no, Greta comes there and she's like, you know what? You should pay more taxes for living here and for actually doing stuff. This is life. This is life. We it's not like someone didn't expect this to happen. Well, I didn't expect another person. I thought she was just going to scream at people and continuously, but of course, this is it.
Don't you dare touch me.
Why does she think she has a thing to say? Again. Because of this.
Bro, you don't have to go grab her like that,
all I
mate.
hear is your shit.
You see? All he tried to do is sleep.
All I hear is your shit.
You don't have to go grab her like that,
all I
mate.
hear is your shit.
Now this is a man. This is a man. He already knew all you're talking is shit. Can I even sleep?
Hey mate, you
There are
could have gone
animals
about it a
suffering
different
in
way.
the
than
I
that.
just want to get rid of that.
Yeah,
you
but no,
you can
didn't have to
approach
grab
people and
her,
do it.
mate.
I didn't
You
grab her or
you
grab
did. You did. You assaulted her, buddy.
No,
Oh, he grabbed her phone. And this is it. This is the state of, oh, he's trying her. Now, you've assaulted her. Now, you see he's a simp, right? I don't know if he's with her or he's trying to bang her. But this is basically what he's trying to do.
Do you feel your soda, buddy?
No, I didn't. I grabbed
You
the
did,
phone.
bud.
I grabbed the phone.
Come on, if that was your daughter, man, that's assault, bud.
If that was your daughter, if that was my daughter, she wouldn't be outside screaming at people. At least from what I think he will say.
Maybe think about the animals imprisoned in here.
And you will see, they will always do this. They will actually trying to say something to actually look virtuous at the same time. But they're not. Usually men will see past that bullcrap. At least normal. Man, but hey, who am I to say? Who am I to say that women are interesting, huh? You wanna see real interesting men? What interesting men do? You see, he wanted to sleep, and he went there to just stop her from being like this. And here we're gonna see something else happening. Are you ready? Let me just put it in. Let me just put it in a little bit. Oh, that sounds so sexual, doesn't it? But it's not. It's not. We have here a Sweden TV show, like talent show, apparently, because everyone is very talented in everything and wants to feel talented in everything. But we're not here to judge the show. We're here to judge these people that are climate activists that, again, have nothing else to do but tell themselves they're doing the best. No, what you're doing is bad, and yeah, you should do more. You should step up. Yeah. Boom! Cameraman. Oh, sorry about this. My alarm goes off. The cameraman just let's get a replay over here. Boom. It would have been better if it would be synced. Yes, that's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. I like how they don't care what they're doing. It's just for them to feel interesting. Like, people are paying to see mediocre people trying to do their best. And these activists that are doing nothing, the only thing that they're doing is actually telling you to do more. This is basic activism right now. Is telling other people to do more because they don't want to do anything. And they don't know how to live with that. How to monetize that. As me. The same as me, but I'll get around to it. I'll be monetizable one day. All right, being dragged. This is what the future holds. This is what the present holds. Just people coming to your parties and then just doing what they want over there. Like Lizzie, you remember Into Home, or what's his name? We're breaking in. Into Home. England. Which, by the way, what's his name? He's a TikToker who just TikToker. TikToker who TikToker. He's just someone that goes into someone's home, went into someone's home. You know, like you're sitting in your home with your family. You have the kids. You have your wife. You're around, and all of a sudden there is someone coming into your home. You don't know them. They're going with no problem into your home and starts talking weird, and people are saving him. They're allowed to do everything they want.
TikTok doing some pretty extreme pranks around London.
Pranks. This is not pranks. He's just knocking on doors and saying, "Where's my money?" These are pranks now.
Around London, he's just been arrested for nuisance behaviour.
He's been arrested, but he's been let go
after his friend posted this video of him breaking into someone's house in Hackney.
James, come to the front door right now, please.
James?
But that
and
might not be the only video that got Mizzy into trouble. The 18-year-old has jumped into people's cars, ridden bikes through shops, and even stolen an old lady's dog before.
These are pranks. These are society's future. Now you have to work for it, and you have, not only do you have to work for it, you have to work stronger to keep the environment as well for them to continue this kind of behavior. It is good. It is good. Scott Adams was right, by the way. You have to try to get as far away as possible from people that impede your creation. But I have another very interesting person who, again, is thinks she's interesting and she has a right opinion, but what she has is just a normal life opinion. Like, this is Marie. Say hello to Marie, everyone. She's not bad looking, so she has the let's see. Let me just see how the Instagram looks before showing it to you, because I didn't see the Instagram. Okay, so she is this. She's blonde, she's doable. She, of course, gets a lot of OPS in her life. That's why many women are very, very, very frustrated if someone rejects them. They cannot really handle it because many of them are just used with yes, 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 and yes. But to get back to the point, we're having a breaking thought over here. Let's see this breaking thought. It revolutionizes modern dating. Now, if a man you meet is interested in astrology, he's just saying that to try to get close to you. Men do not like astrology. Now, again, we already saw this construction of putting two different things and mashing them together just so you don't know what to respond, or if you respond it won't be a valid response properly. It will just be an attention as taken as an approval, as we did with the COVID thing. You know, you remember COVID-19, when they took some numbers and some reactions and they took that as an approval to do whatever the hell they want from your money, which you're still paying for it, by the way. You're welcome. But let's not get into that because YouTube will sack us, and YouTube is not very friendly towards anything other than... What else? What is? Just selling things, just selling useless things to you. Now I know I'm on YouTube, but where else do I go? We already have, there are a lot of us that have this discussion. Everyone is here. We can start going to Twitter, but that would be very weird because there's still not a good way to search for videos, and you don't go to Twitter for videos, and there's many of these going around. But again, she is not wrong that if a man you meet is interested in something that you do and you're looking hot, he's just saying that to try to get close to you, because most men know that women are not quite interesting. And to get into her pants, many men will just say yes to everything that will make her feel good. Astrology men are predators. They are in the same category as straight men who pretend to be gay to get close to women. Again, no. Astrology men do exist. Like, not in the sense that they think, because my type of astrology is not the same type as they are. They have that astrology, like you go in the morning, like today it's going to be a wonderful day, you know, where they say, like every astrology, a hint of lie, a generalization of something that might happen to some people, and then something that might seem like a solution. That is basically what modern astrology is, as opposed to the original astrology, which was meant to actually map the human personalities to the seasons and the stars, because it is possible to receive the same kind of treatment as you're growing up based on the month you are born in. Am I right or not? Come on, my viewers, there are 5 of you. Do you think the month you are born can have an impact on how you will be? And not a big impact, but at least a pattern, which is what all the ancient civilizations did. Try to seek the pattern, to understand the pattern, not to label the pattern, not to say what they say today, oh, just because the moon is in Mercury retroactive or whatever the fuck bullshit kind of astrology things they're doing, that means you are going to be happy today, and do not let things keep you down. Basic toxic positivity. We talked about it. We talked about this toxic positivity, which is not helpful. Is not helpful unless it is actually going to be used for something productive. Now again, there is Universe QA that responded here. Very good response, I guess. That's me. Just so you know that. Because it is my opinion, and my opinion only. It's not your opinion, it's my opinion. I got to answer this. And it is true that the approach, mostly true. In a percentage, depending on the culture and why you are interacting. A little bit because of the climate. The climate as well can be a factor, but that's what astrology was based on, like based on this climate region, date of your birth. That's all taken into account to actually get a good grip on what the strengths are, what the weaknesses are, and what can happen, because they knew you are being born in hell, right? So they wanted to learn for them to better use those strengths that they have. Every human should use the best strengths that they have towards something that will further on the future. That is what it is. As above, so below. It's an Egyptian thing, but we don't talk about that as much anymore. Now, this is my opinion, but the approval women get is based on attractiveness. Because I'm more inclined to listen to a hot girl telling me about an important thing than someone that has the same unimportant thing and think it's important because she cares about it, but she's not hot. Like, I can talk about it, but I will go well, usually I go full no on everyone nowadays. But if she's hot, I'm willing to make some concessions to get into that. And it is true that the hotter one is, the more interesting she is. And this is available for most of us. It's just that we don't recognize it. We don't recognize it. We don't internalize the fact that women are not interesting. And men act that way to rationalize to themselves their biological need to get some. Because many times we get into crazy. And at least I try to use rationalization for being attracted to that person, and giving some approval. And that's my fault as well. I shouldn't approve of certain behaviors. No one should not approve, but not contest certain things as being totally wrong. Totally wrong. I've seen that, and I realized that also when some women that are not able to be alone, that cannot function to be alone, so they take anyone that could take them and just rest, even though they don't like it, even though they know it won't work out. They just don't want to be alone. They exchange that when that was basically the, for some it's the biological clock ticking to be doing something, because if you don't want to be alone, just get a dog, someone to be along you with all their life. That's basic finisher move. You don't have to be actually with someone, but that would require responsibility. And oh, if we're talking about responsibility, then we should have only the men around, because they know what responsibility is. But yeah, we have Marie over here. She's having some thoughts. Maybe we'll do a daily, like during the stream, we'll take some of these thoughts and see how interesting they are. Like for example, this one. There was this post about someone's boyfriend, which is being flagged as a beige flag. But I see it as alright. I see it as a green flag, because apparently her boyfriend, this is not Marie's boyfriend, it's just taken from the internet, which of course, as reality, it's not real. But my boyfriend's beige flag is that he's so unbothered he never asks for details. His best friend broke up with his girlfriend. Why? He didn't ask. Well, he has confidence. His best friend knows why. His sister got a new job. Where? He doesn't know. So, not caring so much about details is a green flag. Why would you care why they broke up? They broke up. That's a decision that has been taken. The reason won't change the fact that they broke up. It is what it is. It's a green flag. His sister got a new job. Where? He doesn't know. And that's good. If she got a new job, that means she got a new job. It probably means it's not the job she was dreaming of, but it pays the bills. That's the level of bother one should have nowadays, because it is what it is. A real green flag. But this person over here, Marie considers that he's socially maladjusted. He's maladjusted because he doesn't really want to intake information that doesn't matter. Why would it matter? Why would any of these things matter? I want to like this post. Let me just like this post. Love it. Beige. Beige, like it's not green, it's not red, it's beige. Like you don't know what to do with it. But it's actually a green day. Let's see this kind of gossip man.
I truly just had such a New York moment. I'm walking my dog Cashew. Say hi, Cashew. And as I'm walking her, this idiot starts barreling towards us to get to the train. And she almost runs her over. So I yell at her and I'm like, hey, idiot, you just almost ran my dog over. And this woman turns around and goes, fuck your dog.
Yeah, it's a little bit his fault because his dog is small.
And then this other person drove by and was like, don't let that ruin your day, honey. People are monsters out there.
You're in New York. Everyone's in a hurry. This is what I don't like about cities, big cities. Everyone's in a hurry to go anywhere. You have all these Uber drivers, you have everything. And you cannot really have a walk anymore without people just doing stuff. Here's the gossip here. Fun with flags. We need to build a flag. It's gonna be black, red, and white with some gold in it. Oh, we're gonna create a flag. Next time we're gonna have a flag. What is going to be our nationality? For everyone that's watching, you can also think and provide in the comments or in the chat what will our people be called. What we will be called. Besides nerds, of course. Besides nerds. What will be our country's... No, not beige. Okay, come on. We're not beige. We could be beige. We could be beige. But at the same time, that means this whole stream is just not useful anymore. So we create our flag and then just stop streaming because we don't care. We're unbothered. We're unbothered for everything. So we don't need to go on the internet to look for solace, which many of us are, and hopefully many of us will not need it anymore as we advance and progress towards this journey through hell. We forgo solace as well as an option, as a reliever of pain, the pain of living in modern civilization as we approach the last stage of humanity, the stage of the beautiful ones, the stage of the last man, which of course has been prophesied, you might say it, by many before me. And you can see it all around. It's happening. And of course, the rich will survive. Some of the rich will survive. Some of the poor will survive because the rich still need people to work for them. Or we would all die. It can all happen at any point. But at least our flag will remain. And with him, we will remain as well. Our nationality of people that washes their teeth, flosses their teeth, and understand that and know that women are not that interesting. Sure, there is one woman for everyone that is interesting. You just have to find her. If you find her, then congratulations. That's the only one. That's interesting. Okay, let me just see what else. We have another one. Guys just want to have fun. Another mind-blowing confession over here. If you don't have a girlfriend, it's because girls don't have fun around you, and that's it. Of course, they don't have fun around me. They don't have to work. They don't have to actually create stuff to be seen. They don't have to learn different languages and take the shit of bosses in the same way, because they don't do that. For they have the approval of everyone they've been taking care of, and they just want to have fun, even though that fun implies that men don't get to have fun. This is basically it. Oh my god. Oh, these women. Let's just pray. Let's just pray. Actually, before prayer, I want you all, whoever is listening, whoever is here, one of these 5 mysterious concurrent viewers, I can see you. I can see you. I can feel you. Once again, before the prayer, I want you to think of all these bad things that went through your week and all these bad thoughts that you have them. And send them to me. Send them towards this mask. Send them towards this helmet. Because why not? There was 6 at the point. There were 6 at the point. But not anymore. Now, if you have any bad thoughts, if you have any anxiety and any bad emotions, any fist you want to throw at the world, just throw it. Just send it towards this helmet, because this helmet is meant to absorb the negativity of the world. This is what Prophet is meant to do: absorb the negativity. But give it negativity, don't give it shit. Just bring some negativity in. And with time, as you pass through other things that you have in your life, other distractions, and get more confident in your abilities to do it, you come back and you take them back. You take that negativity back and you work with it. And I can't see my fall on camera because of the door. Oh no! Oh no! Dude, having a camera home is sick. Especially if you live at a house. Because you can pinpoint the exact moment you are being stupid. And it's usually funny for men. Or if you survive, it's funny. If you don't survive, it's not funny. But again, this is the role of the stream for now, is to get all those negative thoughts that you have today, right now, that you're thinking that are pressing you, and you're thinking that nobody understands how big the problem is. Just sending this way. Send it my way, and don't think about it for the rest of the week, or until next stream, or until you are good to take it. Just send it peacefully. Send it peacefully, like you send someone you're giving something that you won't mind losing. Like giving us, like someone asks you for some money, and you won't mind if that person doesn't give you to you back, because of course that will give you a reason not to interact with that person anymore, and you to go in your own life. But if they give you back, that's still alright, because they're in your life, they still doing stuff, they're doing virtual stuff, so give some of that negativity to me. Not negativity, but your pressing thoughts that you have. that come to you every morning after you just realize that you're still alive and life sucks, and those reasons about life sucking that weigh you down, just put them, just send them on the internet. On the internet, not in real life, I'm sorry, not in real life. On the internet, via the internet. And, I will take it. And little by little, we will transform that into gold. I will transform that into gold, because that's how transmutation works. But I still have not been able to perfect the process. But with time, my friends, whoever you may be, who are you, by the way? Because I keep seeing 5 people over here. Are you driving? If you're driving, don't say. If you can't write, don't write. But if you can, I don't know who you are. You're just like my Alexa in the morning. This is what she says to me. Good morning. It's 7 p.m. I don't know where you are. And I don't know why she's doing that. I think she's trying to tell my location, but I don't allow her to tell my location, so she's always telling me that I don't know where you are. So I don't know where I was going with this, but wherever you might be, whoever you might be, I do thank you for going in, and I hope you have your thoughts that you want to be sending towards me as we will go to the prayer part of the stream, so we can remember that there is always.
There is much to be skeptical of in this world, so it no longer surprises me to learn how many people don't really believe in anything. What's the point? For many of us, the road is a difficult one, but the path is always there for us to follow, no matter how many times we may fall. The good news is that we can help you find your way back. Naturally, some days are harder than others, but I must try. We all have doubts. The light of the mind alone cannot burn away all darkness. Think on it and look in your heart. It will be for the best. When the walls come tumbling down, when you lose everything you have, you always have family. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. Right. You're not so certain. Fair enough. We all go through periods of darkness. Of course. In a world filled with misery and uncertainty, it is a great comfort to know that, in the end, there is light in the darkness. In such times we can turn to the Lord, but it's good to have friends. And the good Lord knows there's much to be done here. You're a good neighbor to us. Thank you. Until then, God be with you.
All right. There is always light in the darkness, my friends. And maybe we'll find it. But if we don't find it, we will create it. I will create it from that darkness that you're sending to me. I hope you're sending some of that darkness. I hope you are. You can send that darkness as well by liking the video before I'm switching to the last scene of actually ending scene. And I still don't know a song for this. I have no idea. Because it is very, very hard. I'm trying to find not not a song that will make me some bad what do you call it, copyright strikes. But again, what can we do? At least this one can be muted because it's at the end of the stream, and it's hard. It's hard. But this might be actually from the audio library, so we might not get over this. I will mute it later, because if I get the copyright strike, I have the possibility sometimes to mute the video, the song. So if it's at the end and in the beginning, I can mute it. However, those that pass through this stream when it happens, after it happens, do not understand what's going on, since well, there's no sound for 3 minutes. Okay. Now, thank you all for watching. I know it's not the bikini haul you all expected, but that comes with great responsibility, as the selections are getting closer, and I'm trying to find some good songs that the bikinis will look good on, and songs that won't make me, well, won't delete my channel, since I'm already on strike 2, and with strike 3 everything I've done, all the times I spent here, will be deleted instantly, which is a very nice thing to be part of in today's age. A really true inspiring thing to be working for. Because again, this is how it started, this is how it ends. As above, so below. Everything is shit, so we have to learn how to navigate this. And little by little I will navigate it. But I know that this stream won't ever have its full potential, because I can't really be always trying to not touch any nerves, as that stifles very much, as the labeling machine. Labeling in itself, it's a very simp creating action. It decreases testosterone and potentially stifles creation and everything that comes along with it. And since YouTube is run mostly by women nowadays, well, I think Susan quit, but there's someone else who took over, but with the same attitudes, in which you can say only what people that wanna sell things want you to say, without feeling bad, without removing their chances of removing from their chances of them selling things to you. But I'll tell you, I will sell you something one day, and you will like it. you will like it more than you like this video. But for now, all I can give is my time and my thoughts as I navigate here, and hopefully this will help you make your own decisions and not follow mine, because my decisions, I'm not sharing my decisions with you, and you shouldn't share your decisions with me as well. However, I am here for you in case you need something, and if I'm not here for you, then I'm not here for you. That's life. Nobody's here for anybody, but you can always just take a step and see what happens. Now, with that being said, I thank you once again for passing by, for staying with me through these hard times for 1 hour. Sorry about that. And 42. You see, that's right. In my culture, that means that's right. So, I wish you nothing more but a good day and a good evening and a good week. And I'll see you on the next one.
Spend the night. Nah, I've been alone almost all my life, girl. And shit like that don't change up overnight. I'll let you sleep in my tea. Tell me the things that you don't normally tweet. Acid and LSD and smoking blunts on the beach. 69 down 69 so we can both get a piece. Yeah, I've been cutting corners like my whole life. Backstabbing bitches trying to kill me with the whole night. Day I die, I'll be the only day a nigga goes right. When I go to dreaming like I got a this shit go.
She said, careful, you'll lose it. But girl, I'm not a human.
to